Guten Morgen, rally fans, and welcome to Rally Germany. It is round 10. And the action is heating up. Well, alongside me is Emir Penland. In the commentary booth is Bex Williams and Julian Porter. And out on stage is Molly Pettit. Well, what a morning. What a sunny morning it is here.
Glorious. This rally is usually renowned for changeable weather, but it's looking like a hot weekend, and it's certainly starting hot, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We were hearing from the drivers earlier on and throughout the week, and they're all talking about if it rains, that's when the problems start. Well, I don't see any rain in schedule at the moment.
I think the problem's going to be tyre preservation, punctures possibly, but it's going to be hard tyres all weekend, I think, if there's no rain.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, let's have a look where things stand as we head into round 10. Okay, well, those championship standings as they are, Ott Tänak out in front at the moment with 180 points. That sees him 22 points clear. Followed up by Sébastien Ogier with 150 points. That sees him 3 points clear of Thierry Neuville, who is on 155 points. Elvin Evans, who's not joining us this weekend, we'll talk about that in a moment, 78 points. Andreas Mikkelsen, 71. Teemu Sunninen is on 66. Kris Meeke on 60. Esa-Pekka Lappi, 58. Jari-Matti Latvala on 56. Dani Sordo, who, well, lots of people are putting their money on this weekend, 52 points. Seb Loeb on 39. And then Kalle Rothenpera joins us on 16 points down there. Well, let's just talk, as I said, about Dani Sordo. A lot of people talking. He's had a very strong performance over the years here, and a lot of people talking this could be his rally.
Yeah, he's won here before, his first win. Yeah, and he's on a roll. He's in supreme form, and I've just seen him leave Hyundai, and he looks supremely relaxed. You know, he's smiling and joking with the mechanics. I know when he gets in the car, it's ultimate focus.
Yeah.
But just out of the car, his body language, his posture, he looks very relaxed. He's, yeah, I think he's going to be there or thereabouts. You know, the Hyundai strong here as well. So yeah, let's hope he can do it.
Yeah, so do I. I think he might be there or thereabouts. Okay, well, talking about Hyundai as well, let's have a look at those manufacturing standings as they are currently. So 262 sees Hyundai at the top of that table. They were at the top of this table this time last year, but it did all change. Okay, so Toyota 238, Citroen on 198, and M Sport on 158. That obviously affected slightly by the fact that Elvin Evans isn't here. So you can give us a slight injury update on Elvin as well.
Yeah, I've been chatting to Elvin quite a lot this week. He's in good form, actually. He's obviously gutted that he's not here. He is actually going to visit the rally over the weekend, but he's not competing, obviously. But he's back on the bike, he's training, so he's able to have a good sweat and vent some of his frustration, I think, on the bike. But yeah, he's making a very, very good, strong recovery. So hopefully we'll see him back in the car very, very soon.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. Well, you did mention that he is here this weekend. We might be able to sneak him into the studio as well. We will be trying to do that throughout the weekend. Okay, well, while you're talking about the weekend, I've just got it on my phone here. So tonight is our first stage. It's our opening ceremony, and we will be on air from around about 6:30 till 8 o'clock. That is local time. That'll see our first stage. Okay, then Friday, we've got a big day on Friday. Stages 2 till 7, so 6 stages starting at 10 o'clock on air, and we'll be off air around about at 7:15. And then Saturday is the big one. Saturday is a lot of stages. Okay, so we'll be on air from 7:15, off air at around about 9:15. That is local time again. And then Sunday the power stage, and all will be decided decided, 16 to 19, and it will be 6:15 on air and 1:45 off air. Well, as we were just talking then, you may have heard the helicopter going overhead. That means pictures will be in the sky very shortly for Shakedown. Shakedown, just a bit of a time to get to know what's going on with the cars, Emir.
Yeah, a little bit different here, though, because the Shakedown here is exactly the same as the first stage we're going to see tonight. So I fancy we might see a lot of runs through Shakedown, because all the boys are going to be practicing for tonight's stage.
Yeah, indeed. OK, well, let's have a look ahead to what Rally Germany has in store for us.
So 9 down, 5 to go, variety all the way between now and November, as next they drop the ride height for the asphalt of Germany. Then it's back to the king-size dampers for the bumpy ride on Turkey's dusty gravel, ahead of an autumnal trip through the Welsh forests. Rally Catalonia, the penultimate event, the uniquely mixed surface challenge of gravel and ultra-smooth tarmac, before the season finale down under, more gravel on the Shire roads of Australia. So plenty of contrasts in the months ahead, not least our next trip. Germany may be recognised as a tarmac event, but it's a rally of 3 very different parts, in the form of the high-speed blast through the Mosel vineyards, tight, twisty, a myriad of junctions, many a blind corner. Saturday, the smooth, open country roads of the Saarland region, and of course the daunting run through the Baumholder military range, featuring the notorious Panzerplatte and those car-wrecking Hinkelsteins. Throw in the ever-present threat of changeable weather, and it's small wonder Germany calls for some serious testing.
Rally Germany is very tricky. You have, of course, the driving part of it, because your driving style is not necessarily the same in the vineyards as it, for example, is in the military stages. In the military stage, it's all about making the tires last and being very smooth, and in the vineyards you can be more aggressive because it's normally shorter stages, and it's not a question of tires so much. You have to try to find a setup which also will work in every type of conditions. So that's what we're necessarily looking for. So it's a very tricky rally in terms of changing your driving a little bit, but also making the car work on all 3 days.
One man who knows how to make his car work over 3 days, the world champion, Sébastien Ogier, 3-time winner in Germany, the first of those coming during his initial stint with Citroën, ending Sebastian Loeb's winning monopoly at the event back in 2011. It was also Ogier's first WRC win on tarmac.
It's a beautiful event. The only thing I think as a driver you fear a bit when you go to Germany is the weather, because if it's rain it's very challenging and it can be super slippery, super muddy. But on dry condition it's quite enjoyable, a bit everywhere actually. And in the vineyard it's narrow, you have a big feeling for speed, short corners carry a lot of speed. Baumholder is actually nice as well. It's a bit difficult to make difference because you need to think about saving tires also. But you have to stay out of trouble about punctures, and sometimes it's a lottery about that in there. And then the normal roads of Saarland are a beautiful piece of tarmac also, so it's usually a nice event.
Rally Germany starts and finishes in the Mosel Valley's famous vineyards. A high-speed corkscrew ride flanked by row upon row of vines, a challenge unlike anything else on the calendar.
It's incredibly demanding, you know. If you were to go there for the first time, it's crazy, you know. Experience counts for a lot in there. You feel as if you're in a tunnel sometimes. You're in 6th gear and you're just shooting it down an alleyway, and all of a sudden it just goes a different direction, and you can, in 6th gear, you say it's not possible, but it goes, and you know, you have to use your experience from previous years. Picking all your braking points, you know, because we have to go from really high speed a lot of times right down to 1st gear to turn a really tight junction around a big curbstone hidden on the inside or something. So yeah, you're asking a lot of your brakes all the time, and physically picking up the braking points with your eyes is key as well, you know.
It is challenging, and every year is different as well, depending on how was the weather before. Yeah, the roads are more narrow, the roads are more green on the side, and the view is better or less good. But generally, I mean, the key thing is to have very precise pace notes in the vineyards to find the good braking points, and especially as well to take the right junction, because sometimes you can have 3 junctions in 50 meters, and we have seen some driver already taking the wrong road.
Yes, it can easily go wrong in the vineyards, as we've witnessed many times. Who knows how many bottles of a decent vintage have been wiped out, courtesy of those unscheduled forays over the years. So a trip into the vines to be avoided at all costs. Toasting success in Germany over the past 2 seasons, Ott Tänak, his first tarmac victory thanks to an inspired tyre choice in wet conditions in the M Sport Fiesta in 2017, and then 12 months ago, victory by a comfortable margin, the Estonian then aiming to clinch a hat-trick of wins in Germany.
I would say the positive is that we can open the road, which normally in Germany is a good thing. So let's see what is possible, but normally I feel good in Germany. I like the stages, and Toyota has been strong as well in the past, so we just need to put the perfect weekend together.
Well, there we go, rally fans. That is what Rally Germany has in store for you. Okay, well, we looked at those championship standings. We'll talk about those in a sec. But the man himself, Ott Tänak, it really is all about Ott Tänak at the moment. We've just got some images of him on Shakedown. He's 22 points clear at the moment in that overall standing and fastest on Shakedown. It's what we expected.
Yeah, it is. It's all going his way. He's on a roll, and yeah, he's just been incredible this year. And remember, he came into this rally last year chasing the championship massively, and still, you know, managed to fight back. But I don't know. He's going to be hard to beat. He needs to have a problem for the other guys seriously to be able to beat him, I think. Yeah, he's just in supreme form.
Yeah, for sure. But this is where the start of that winning streak last year happened. So this winning streak could continue. Well, yeah, it could be that he has a problem. Who knows? It is rally, so anything can happen, and it always does happen.
Yeah, and the Toyotas had a bit of bad luck last year with punctures as well. But it's Ogier's rally to win, really. He needs to get on this. He's seriously chasing the championship, and he needs to win or to be second, and for Ott to have a problem.
Yeah.
You know, if the two, Ogier and Thierry, could be first, second with the Toyotas having problems, we're in for a real exciting finale to this championship.
For sure, indeed. Well, Sébastien Ogier, third fastest on Shakedown. He's not going to let Ott Tänak take this easily. He is 22 points behind. He knows exactly what it takes to win a world championship, and he is not going to rest on his laurels, that is for sure. Thierry very close behind Sébastien Ogier as well, just 3 points behind him. And, well, it was about these 3 last year. We really are looking at the top 3 again. It will all be about these 3. They're going to battle it out. Will they take it all the way to Australia? Who knows? But like you said, it is going to be very, very exciting. Okay, well, we have got Bex and Julian in the commentary. So, Bex, it's about that time. It's over to you.
Thank you very much, Kiri. Yes, let's go live to Shakedown now then and join the man who's celebrating his 50th WRC event here in Germany, Teemu Suunanen and Jarmo Lehtinen. Really strong performance from him in Corsica earlier this season. He was looking forward to getting back to tarmac. Finland's forgotten now. Full focus on the sealed surface ahead for Teemu. Julian Porter joins me in comms. Morning, Jules.
Morning, Bex. Yeah, as you say, I think Suunanen, we go back to Corsica, you mentioned it. I think he's one of the drivers of the rally in Corsica. His go-karting days, he's used to tarmac and things like that. He'll quite enjoy this because he's going to get a few runs around this, as Ems was saying. He got a few runs around here this morning. Then they come back in here tonight for another go. It is going to be like a racetrack tonight when they come back for stage 1.
Well, they'll certainly know the road, that is for sure. It's 5.2 kilometres in length. As we see Teemu come to the end of it. I think a couple of drivers have just snagged some hay bales out there this morning. It's the 4th quickest time on the board for him then. First run of Shakedown, 2:44.4 for Suunanen. Ott Tänak fastest at the moment with a 2:41.6. As we switch into the car of Kris Meeke, and I almost said Paul Nagel, Seb Marshall alongside him.
That's it. I mean, it's quite a longish stage for a Shakedown, 5.2 Ks, but they're sharp getting through it, so quick. Our camera crews have been out on the reconnaissance this week, and as a cameraman, you want everything beautiful in a picture, and they're going, oh, the hay bales, they make it a little bit messy. Seb Marshall said this morning, I love those hay bales because it means that the corners don't get as dirty for us just running that little bit further down the road. Stopping the cutting, trying to make it a level playing field. That's why they're there. There's a lot of door mirrors going this weekend. There'll be a huge amount of expense.
We saw Tarmac, didn't we? Was it Tarmac's earlier?
Yeah, Angus collecting it off the side of the road. Oh, Kris, we're just in the little ditch. Got it out, well done.
200 over long crest.
The first time he ever led a rally was here in Germany. That was back in 2014. I've got some great memories of him in the Junior Championship. 2006, he came through, won the category, lost his brakes that year. Red mist came down and he set some amazing times through the event to take a win there. It was quite something special for Kris.
Yeah, Kris has had a good events here in the past, and you know,
but he almost won it, didn't he?
So, well, yeah, he almost won it, but 2008 was probably the year where Kris Meeke really became a strong force when he was beating Ogier in the two-wheel drive category. He was a privateer in a Renault Clio, and he was ahead of Ogier in the work Citroën, and then he got a puncture right at the end. This man, yeah, great to see him back on form.
Yeah, absolutely. Finland was a fantastic event for him. On the podium there, a very different Esa-Pekka-Lappi. He's done this event a good number of times, 5 previous starts. He was on the podium last year. But it was a big shake-up on the Sunday, remember, last year, Jules, wasn't it? Dani Sordo, Jari-Matti Latvala having problems. They were both in podium position. Let's see if we can hear from Kris then.
Kris, good morning, back on tarmac. Could you give us a bit of an idea of what it's like to drive this car on this surface?
Yeah, okay. It's obviously different. It's been a while since Corsica, but yeah, let's see.
What are you hoping to achieve this weekend?
I think it's obvious, but okay.
I think it's obvious, and I think what he's alluding to, he needs to finish the rally, and he wants to get a good result, but crucially, he does need to complete the event.
And that little moment that he had here, where he just dropped into the ditch, he'd be thinking like, no, please come out, don't belly out, don't bottom out in the ditch and get stuck. Those little things just add the tension to you.
He was 5th quickest through, Kris Meeke, with a time of 2:45.5. Obviously, this is run 1 of Shakedown.
Yeah, but also he would have dropped a second or so in the ditch, running along the top of it.
I loved Meeke's analogy of it being like a bowling alley. You're just shooting down the road at almost 200 kilometers, and you get to the end, there's a tight corner. It's a great comparison.
So many junctions, particularly tomorrow stages, that in the vineyards it's very hidden, lots of tight junctions, and you might have 3 junctions in like 30 meters, and it's making sure you get the right one. Yes, you've got pace notes, but it's just making sure you do turn in the right one.
Big good morning to wherever you're watching around the world. Welcome along to Rally Germany. This is the shakedown of the event. We will be running this exact stage as stage 1 later on this evening.
How deep that front splitter is. Looks even bigger than with the Michelin stickers on.
4th quickest time through from EP. Let's hear from him with Molly Pettit.
EP, good morning. You're on the podium here last year. You're on the podium in Finland. What sort of potential does this car have to do this year?
Well, for sure, Citroën has a lot of wins from the past on this rally. Not recently, but yeah, I guess everything is possible. But let's say I'm really looking forward to gravel now because the car is, you know, I know that the car works for me on gravel. I believe, I hope we are better speed than in Corsica for sure.
10 nyt oikealta 10, vasen 2, jatkuu varo.
On board now then with Jari-Matti Latvala. You mentioned that front splitter of the car. Now, I love the comparisons coming through on Twitter. We always get it. When we go from gravel to tarmac spec, it's the dog comparison. We go from quite a tall lurcher down to a dachshund. But they do look fantastic in tarmac spec, Jules.
For me, there's nothing better than seeing a rally car in tarmac spec super low. I was having a wander around service yesterday, just looking at him, and he's like, yeah, these are pretty special. The Toyota's virtually touching the ground in places. I actually heard Meeke in one section, the car just like skimming along the floor. They look amazing, big fat tyres. The driving sensation is just phenomenal. You can see Jari-Matti's car, to me, looks a little bit edgy. You know, every small input into the steering is making a big kind of correction on the car. Third quickest.
Third quickest, yeah. So 242.8 then for Latvala. There's your view of the stop control as we switch into the car of Dani Sordo. When we last saw him in action, of course, in Sardinia, it was fantastic for him there. It was victory. Let's hear from Jari-Matti, though.
Jari-Matti, good morning. Last time in Finland, we saw some incredible fights between you guys. When the weather is like this and the roads are dry, what can we expect to see this weekend?
I think it's also going to be here quite tight fights, but not as tight as in Finland. I think here it's more junctions, more braking, so here you make small mistakes easier. So, but hopefully the target is to be there close to the top 3.
Molly mentioned the dry conditions, and it does look as if we are going to have a dry Rally Germany this year. Every day sunshine is forecast, but you know, you can get those localized showers. Right now, though, it looks as if it is going to be a clear weekend, which does mean tyre choice is going to be a bit more straightforward. But first thing in the morning, we do have a little bit of dew around.
And it's just a bit cooler, but I still think that it should be relatively straightforward. It's great for them, and it's great for everybody, but it's great for them because it just gives us a clean, straight fight. But when it rains, that just throw up opportunities, as we saw Tänak 2 years ago. I'm going to take a bit of a gamble. I'm going to run a wet tyre. I'm going to run the extreme tyre. Oh, hello. I'm in the lead now. And
well, that was the pivotal moment, wasn't it, of his rally, making that decision to take the rain tyre, the extreme wet tyre. What can Mr. Sordo do this weekend? Ems and Kiri were talking about it in service. He will be a lot of people's favourite. You know, he's got a win here. His first ever WRC win came. I can't remember how many second positions he's got here, but it's a number. 5 times he's been second. So he's a strong contender for a good podium position here. Maybe even a win. Let's hear from him.
Welcome back. The last time we saw you, you were a winner of a WRC event. How much confidence does that bring with you here?
Honestly, I'm very happy because the last feeling with this car in the last rally was amazing. So I'm quite motivated. I'm happy. Very good with the team. Atmosphere is so nice. I think car is so good. So I think we improve a little bit. Let's see the others. I think everybody are working a lot. But okay, it's only second, but the way we drive, the drive and the times are not so bad, so I'm confident.
Gus Greensmith is who we're on board now with then. We saw him in a World Rally car in Finland. We see him again here in Germany in the same machinery. He said he had a really good test last week. They tested on vineyard stage and then a country road stage, half a day in a country road stage, and he was fizzing after it. because he felt so comfortable with the car, so at ease, and was matching Teemu's times by the end of the test, which give him further confidence.
Well, it's just like what we said, these are fab to drive in these conditions and everything like that. Gus, strangely, for a Brit, saying he prefers driving on tarmac than gravel, because the British Rally Championship predominantly is a gravel, British rallying scene is a gravel kind of like setup, you know what I mean? So normally your Brits are better or more prefer the gravel roads, but I know where he's coming from on the tarmac. It's lovely.
Takamoto Katsuta and Daniel Barrett. Great to see Taka in a World Rally car here in Germany. We're going to hear from Gus as we watch Taka.
I remember your face quite well at the end of Shakedown in Finland. Now you look a little bit calmer, but surely this car is quite a beast on tarmac.
Yeah, it's really good. It was kind of, I found it on the test, like the very first one, I was there like, whoa, trying to work it out. But yeah, just felt a little bit strange and just need to get back into it because it wasn't very good.
I'm sure he will do a few more runs here, and of course, as we said earlier, this will be the opening stage of the rally tonight. Dan Barrett on the notes here for Takamoto.
Do you know why he's running car number 17? Okay. The 1 is for he wants to be P1 at some point in his career. The 7 is because it's a lucky number.
Yes.
17th is his birthday. 1 plus 7 equals 8, which is Ott's number, and Ott's doing quite well, and Ott mentors him.
Talking about birthdays, it's Dan Barrett's birthday tomorrow, so we must remember that.
So yeah, he said to me, he goes, maybe I've thought about this number far too much.
I think he has. A lot of people just pick a number, but Taka's really thought about this one.
He really has thought about it. There are 4 reasons of why we've got 17 on the car.
Huge challenge for him this weekend.
Massive
though, Jules, to step up from the R5 onto a really difficult tarmac event, as Germany is.
He's never done Germany before. He's never driven this car on tarmac before. He's done 2 rallies in it in Finland, 1 in snow, 1 on gravel, which he won. Beat Huitinen on 1 of them. But big learning curve. He did say in the preview, we might play the preview interview over the weekend, but he did say in the preview interview, he was surprised when he got the call for this rally. I think he was expecting a gravel rally coming along. But
well, there's nothing like being a little bit outside of your comfort zone, is there? 2:52.5 then is the first time through on run 1 for Katsuta, as we switch into the WRC2 Pro category now. And a man who is just racking up the wins. It is a relentless form from Robin
Taka,
Hera.
welcome to the stop line in a WRC car at a WRC event. Fantastic. How are you feeling about this event in this car?
Yeah, I'm very exciting, and I felt already this guy is pretty fast. So I'm pretty surprised because this is first time on tarmac, proper. Yeah, I tried to improve myself. Thank you.
All Takamoto's got to do this weekend is try not make any mistakes where he loses valuable seat time.
Yeah, every single kilometre is going to be precious for him this weekend, isn't it?
But just the whole thing, Robin Perry just along the grass on the edge. But everything for Katsuta, the just time with the team, you know what I mean, just everything, even if he's not massively fast. But Robin Perry's got his hands full this weekend, hasn't he, with his teammates rocking up and thinking, right, hang about, here we go.
Jan Kopecky.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to have Jan as a competitor on an event such as this, it's a tough one. I think it is going to be a tight battle out there for sure.
Cameli in WRC2, we know he was off the pace in Finland, struggling with setup, then but that wasn't Cameli's event. This is Cameli's event, you know?
He has shone here in the past.
Yeah. So I think WRC2 Pro could be a completely different kettle of fish. Mads Østberg's in there as well. Remember, he missed Finland to test for Germany. So lots of potential.
And there is the man you were just talking about, Mads Østberg, Torstein Eriksen. As we hear from Kalle with Molly at the stop control.
Kalle, good morning. You're running away with the WRC2 Pro Championship. What is the target for the weekend?
I think now the target is to enjoy the tarmac because it has been a long time, and I don't know, it's going to be a really difficult event for me. I think much more harder to have a good result here than in the previous ones. So I don't know, we will see how it goes, but just to have a good points, that is the best thing. Maybe not fight for the win if it's not possible.
Now, the last time we saw Mads in action, he was in action in WRC Live. He was in the studio as a guest. He was in co-commentary with me in Finland, which we absolutely loved. I know everyone around the world loved hearing his comments as well, but we'd much rather see him behind the wheel, which is where he firmly is this weekend. I think he enjoyed the studio stuff with you guys. Definitely enjoyed commentary, I know. He's a natural.
Yeah, he was quite entertaining with him and Marcus on the Saturday evening, I tell you. Dear me. You could have gone on for hours and it still wouldn't have ever dried up, would it? Real character. Look at his tongue sticking out.
Opposite lock with a tongue.
Yeah. I would say Kopecky and Kameli probably the favourites, and then it'll be a mix between Mads and Kalle. Kalle has a lot of Tarmac experience. Remember, he was doing the Italian Championship for a while, so Kalle won't be so far away, but I do think Kopecky and Kameli will be the two in this category. Be intriguing to see if the likes of Grierson can start to get in amongst these lot in WRC2.
Grierson taking his first win in WRC2 in Finland just a couple of weeks ago, of course.
Did have a massive shunt in the Czech Republic at the weekend.
I was going to say, Barham Rally didn't go too well for him, did it? It went really well on the stage before he had the massive shunt.
Yeah.
But, yeah, OK. Mads Østberg then through the time of 2:55.6. Rovanperä was 2:51.7. We'll hear from Mads. And that's
Mads, good morning. It's good to see you back with us. What is it like to drive on tarmac when the weather is like this?
Yeah, normally it's quite nice, to be honest. It's always nice when the sun is shining. So now it was not so nice. We have a problem with the car, and the right rear wheel is moving. So not nice to start a rally like that.
Okay, so has he bent something, broken something, or something not connected properly?
It didn't look as if he touched anything from what we saw.
Not from what we saw, we didn't. But, and I think the way that was described was it wasn't his issue.
No.
It was something else.
On board now then with Jan Kopecky. It's always a joy to see Jan on these events. Hugely competitive driver. He really does bang in the times, Jules, doesn't he? Hugely impressive.
He's been coming to Germany for years. He did some German rallies, then he missed some. Then he came here. Remember in Saarbrücken, was it 2 years ago? He was actually leading the rally outright after stage number 1 around the streets of Saarbrücken and set the quickest time.
Yeah, and last year we had Rovanperä and Veiby second and third, didn't we? After the opening test.
Don't think that'll happen tonight on the first stage, because those super specials that we had, those street stages, not suited to a WRC2 car, but more kind of helpful to them.
2:53.3 then the time for Kopecky as Erik Kameli gets underway now. And we'll hear from Jan.
Jan, good morning, weather. Good morning, weather. Good morning, Jan. It's beautiful, beautiful weather here. What sort of hopes have you got for this weekend? What's the feeling?
The feeling is good. You know, we had a good rally last week, so we will see what the team says about this rally. But for sure, we would like to go as fast as possible.
Meaning, I would like to win here, if possible, please.
But I might not be allowed to, because my teammate might need the points. Referring to, we had a good rally last weekend. He won Barham Czech Rally Zlin last weekend.
His home event.
His home event. His 5th time in a row he's won it. I think the 8th time in total he's won it. But yeah, he came. He's already conquered in the European Championship last weekend.
You know, Rovanperä does have a good advantage in the WRC2 Pro category.
But you see, the thing is what you got to remember is obviously Greensmith has been sacrificing all live rallies because he's in the World Rally car.
There you can see on the screen WRC Plus All live. If you want to see every single stage this weekend and join us, then sign up now. Germany is always something special. It always throws up the drama. Join us on All Live for lots of action throughout the weekend. As Cameli now makes his way towards the finish of the shakedown test.
Germany is, it's an event I always get quite excited about because, as you just said, there's always a story to tell somewhere.
Yeah, you're never bored here, that is for sure. And we never have to go hunting for stories. They land in your lap, which is great. Pretty much like Finland. The gaps in Finland was one of the thrills of the season, I think. As Jari-Matti said, might not be quite so tight here, but there'll still be plenty to talk about. Let's hear the chat from Cameli this morning.
Eric, good morning. Over to a different surface with this new Fiesta R5. What's the feeling like?
Yeah, it's better than last time, I want to say. Was not a bad run to start. Just I was too low, so I touched at the first corner, so then I was a bit not worried, but you know. So I will set that and should be okay for the second run.
Yeah, it was a 2:55.2 then for Cameli. And there we go. That's the classification so far on run one only of Shakedown. Ott Tänak, the fastest man through. Then it was Sordo, Neuville, Latvala, Ogier, Lappi, Suunanen and Meeke. And then following, we have Mikkelsen, then Greensmith, then into WRC2 Pro with Rovanperä, then Katsuta, then Kopecky, Cameli and Østberg on run one. Plenty more runs of Shakedown to come up, but we're going to head now into the service park. And it's a bit of a lakeside, lovely view I think we've got coming up. There we go, there's Emir and Kiri. Hey guys.
Hi, thanks Bex and Julian. Yeah, well, we thought we'd just take in the sights and sounds of Germany. We are on the lake. It seemed like a good idea, but it is quite choppy out here, isn't it, Emir?
Surprising how much this is moving, isn't it, underfoot, but never mind.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, well, you just heard Bex telling you that Ott Tänak went out fastest. So let's just have a look at his run through a Shakedown. We think he'll do more than just the one run, obviously, because it is the stage tonight. But impressive from Ott, but exactly what we expected, Emir.
Yeah, absolutely. If I had to bet my mortgage on it, I would have said he would have been fastest in Shakedown, and he was. And I think he's going to be fastest tonight as well. So, yeah, Ott is going to be difficult to beat you.
Yeah, for sure. Now, while Ott was out, he did clip his mirror, so a little mistake, I'm guessing, just somewhere, but I don't think that's going to faze the man himself.
No, there's a few hay bales all weekend, I think, and I think this is probably the rally where they lose most of the wing mirrors. There's pretty much, they come back to service every service without mirrors on the cars, so it gets a bit expensive for the teams.
We should do a wing mirror stockpile count by the end of the rally. Okay, well, Dani Sordo went second quickest through on the first one. We were talking about Dani. He's got impressive form here. He knows how to get a win here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's exactly what we said before Shakedown, wasn't it? Tänak and Sordo, the two drivers we're talking about, and they're both fastest in Shakedown. So, but it's the confidence with Dani. He's won here before. He's just coming off the back of a win as well. So, and he's a tarmac specialist, you know. I know he's very, very fast on gravel as well, but he's super fast on tarmac, and this isn't too far from home for him either, so he's going to get some support from his fans as well. So yeah, it's looking really good for him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you may have just seen, talking of fans, there's lots of fans out there on Shakedown. The sun is shining here in Rally Germany for round 10, and well, yeah, all of the fans are out waiting to see if Ott Tänak can take that win. Okay, well, Thierry Neuville went out in Shakedown and came back with the third quickest time. He's got something to prove. He needs to get those points now.
Absolutely. He needs the win here to keep his championship hopes alive. But they've got improvements on that car, lots of little things. The mood last night, I must say, in their media gathering was very, very up.
Okay.
Yeah, all the drivers are very focused, but very happy. The team mood, you know, Adamo's obviously bonding them together. Very happy, lots of little developments on the car as well. And the car's already fast here, we know this. So, yeah, it's going to be strong for Hyundai and for Thierry, so let's hope he can do something.
Yeah, for sure, and a good collection, potentially, of manufacturers' points there if Dani stays on form. And also, we've got some new updates with Toyota. They've got a rear wing, Citroën, a new engine as well.
Yeah, all of the teams have been working really hard over the summer, but it's the first time we've seen all these little tweaks on tarmac.
Okay.
And it's really exciting to see the cars. I mean, they look spectacular. They're so low to the ground, you know, the aero packages are mega. They tune the engines, and yeah, they're like big go-karts going on these vineyard roads. It's going to be spectacular.
Okay, well, I was just fiddling with my phone there so I can get the schedule up for you, because we are here for every single stage and every single bit of action here in Rally Germany. Well, we will be on air for All Live at 6:30. That covers our stage 1. That's the opening ceremony in stage 1, 6:30 till 8 p.m. Remember, these are all local times, so check wherever you are in the world. Friday, stage 2 to 7, 10 a.m. to 7:15. We'll be on air covering all of those stages. It's the big one on Saturday. Stages 8 to 15 will be on air from 7:50 to 9:15 in the evening. Local time, of course, 6:15 to 1:45 will cover Sunday stages 16 to 19. Remember, as I keep saying, all local time, so wherever you are in the world, welcome on board. Make sure you tune in to us tonight from 6:30 on All Live. It's great to have you with us. We'll see you tonight.
Get all the action, all live. Anywhere, anytime.